Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Regler, and today we're going to read some more of Homework Castles. So today we're going to read Chapter 7. If you remember in Chapter 6, Susie got in a bit of trouble because she wasn't being very nice to Freddie. So her dad told her that she has to help Freddie carry his backpack, which Freddie liked, but Susie did not. Chapter 7 is called King of the World. "Thanks, Susie," I said, as she dropped my backpack at my classroom door and took off across the yard. "You're not welcome," she called over her shoulder. As soon as I walked into class, all the kids ran up to me and started asking me tons of questions. Jessie was the first. "Oh my gosh! Freddie, what happened? Is it broken?" Chloe asked. "Duh," said Max. "Of course it's broken. Why do you think he has on a cast?" "Well, you don't have to be so mean," Chloe said, sticking out her tongue. I was just asking." Max turned back to me. "So, what happened? Did you fall off your bike with training wheels?" He laughed. No. For your information, I fell out of a tree. A very high tree." "Oh, yeah? How high?" Max asked. "Oh, I bet it was at least 20 feet off the ground." I glanced over in Robbie's direction and gave him a "please just back me up" kind of look. 20 feet is very high off the ground. He definitely didn't fall that far. "Oh, yeah, at least 20 feet, Robbie chimed in. "Yeah, I was doing some fancy tricks on a branch, and the branch broke." "Yeah, he was hanging upside down by his knees," said Robbie. "No way," Max said in disbelief. "I didn't even think you knew how to climb a tree." "Oh, yeah, I do it all the time," I said, trying to make myself sound tough. Jessie touched my cast. "Does it hurt a lot, Freddie?" "It did at first, but not much anymore." "Caramba, you're so brave." "Well, Freddie," said Mrs. Wushy, "that must have been scary. I'm glad you're okay. I see that you broke your right hand, so you'll have to be a lefty for a few weeks. Just let me know if you need any extra help with your work. It might be tough to cut with your left hand." "Thanks," I said, smiling. "Can we sign your cast?" Jessie asked. "Sure. That's a great idea, Jessie," said Mrs. Wushy. So since Freddie does everything with his right hand, now he's going to have to do it with his left hand. You might try eating with your left hand or cutting with your left hand to see how hard it is. Or if you're a left-handed person, try using your right hand. "I bet having friends sign Freddies Cast will make him feel a lot better," said Mrs. Wushy. "I'll go get some permanent markers." Mrs. Wushy went to get the markers, and I sat down at a table to rest my arm. Robbie came to sit next to me. "Thanks for playing along back there," I whispered. "What are friends for?" he whispered back and smiled. "You know, you're the very best friend a guy could have." "So, you're not mad at me for what happened?" Robbie asked. "Mad at you? Nah, it's not your fault. I'm the one who climbed the tree." Just then, Mrs. Wushy came back. "Okay, everyone, let's line up, and you can take turns signing Freddies Cast." Max, of course, pushed and shoved his way to the front of the line and wrote his name on my cast huge. Too bad the markers were permanent. The rest of you need to write a little smaller," said Mrs. Wushy, "so that everyone's name will fit." Chloe bragged, "I know how to write my name in cursive." Then she wrote her name all swirly and fancy. I guess I was supposed to be impressed, but I wasn't. Jessie signed her name and drew a little red heart next to it. When it was Robbie's turn, he wrote, "Best friends forever, Robbie." After all the kids were finished, Mrs. Whooshy drew a big happy face and wrote, "Feel better soon. Love, Mrs. Whooshy." I looked at my cast and smiled. Thanks, everybody. This looks really cool. It was so great being the center of attention. I felt like I was king of the world. Then Mrs. Whooshy brought me back down to earth. As everyone went to sit on the rug, she said, "Now remember, boys and girls, your nocturnal animal reports are due tomorrow. I hope everyone worked hard on them over the weekend." Oh no! The report! I had forgotten all about it. I still hadn't even picked an animal. But why was I worrying? Mrs. Whooshy wouldn't make me do it with a broken arm. I raised my hand. "Yes, Freddie?" Mrs. Whooshy, you don't expect me to do the report with a broken arm, do you?" "Oh, you're lucky, Freddie, because this is not a written report. It's an oral report, so you can still do it. It doesn't involve any writing. All you have to do is talk, so I know you'll do just fine." Uh-oh, just talk? A broken arm wouldn't get me out of that. The king of the world just became king of the mud. And that is the end of chapter 7. So Freddie still has not picked an animal. Hopefully he does, because he still has to turn in his report. Do you think he'll get it done on time? We'll find out in chapter 8.